Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Call Centers. In today's episode, I will never forget the sound of this customer hearing her name screamed back at her. Unpopular opinions requested. Well guys, I never thought it would be me writing this, but I was promoted to be doing back office type work. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I will never forget the sound of this customer hearing her name screamed back at her. I work in telecom. At the time this happened, I was in a role doing cell phone tech care, and got a call from a woman who was pissed and demanding a replacement phone for her Galaxy S8 because the Bluetooth doesn't work. After some questions, I managed to figure out the reason she was convinced of this. My S7 worked just fine with my car, but the S8 won't. I asked if she had performed the first time Bluetooth pairing before, and she said no, but I don't have to, it's supposed to just work. She was loud and snappy through the entire thing. She eventually told me her dealership had set this up the first time. I asked some general questions about her car and where she might find the settings, and she steadily got louder and louder, insisting that her car had no such options or buttons for Bluetooth. I tried to recommend she contact her car dealership since they had set it up the first time, but this got her even more heated, and she continued to yell that this was our problem because it worked before. Eventually, I found a YouTube how-to video showing where the button was. It was one of those voice control buttons on the steering wheel, and we were able to get the phone paired. Once the pairing was complete, a voice said, "Please record a nickname for this device." She was still angry, and shouted her name at the car with the same tone she had been using with me for the entire phone call. The car then said, "Is this correct?" and played the clip of her shriek back to her. I still remember the exact tone of voice and her full name, although this happened over a year ago. After this, she got really quiet for a moment, then said in a quieter, but still very unpleasant, tone, "Well, that just sounds awful." She did not apologize, but got quiet and uncomfortable, and we ended the call shortly after that. I like to think that she never learned how to re-record that clip, and has to hear her car scream her name back at her every time she has to mess with her car's Bluetooth. It never fails to make me smile. Unpopular opinions requested. So I work in a banking call center, and did my time in personal banking, which was a learning curve to say the least. Very stat-driven with a particular set of customers that were at best, at worst a nightmare, TBF the stats, and being FBOC meant you never built a customer relationship. It was very much answer phone deal efficiently, not effectively, and finish call or pass off ASAP. Typical call center with too many calls / too few staff, and lots of angry customers who have been waiting 40 minutes before they even speak to you. After a couple of years I changed departments within the same company, and it is genuinely more customer-focused. There is still a long call wait, but not to the same extent, but you stay on the phone until the customer's issue is resolved. If a call drops, you always call them back. If you can't sort something immediately, you follow up and take yourself offline to do so. There are still metrics, but the TLs and above are very much that's for us to worry about. Keep doing what you are doing. So basically I have seen two different roles, and the management of each makes a huge difference to how I feel about my job. I am older, mid-50s and newish 3 years, to a call center environment, elite comparatively for you working life, previously hospital / school / solicitors. My question is really, does anyone enjoy their role and feel supported? I do in my current role, and have experienced the downside too. Don't get me wrong, customers can still be D***CKs, but at least I am not being failed on calls for their D***kishness now. Just asking to see if anyone will comment with some positives. Well guys, I never thought it would be me writing this, but I was promoted to be doing back office type work. I was just told this yesterday. I've been in my role for 3.5 years, and it has been a wild ride. Heated arguments with customers, drama in the office, seeing other people get jobs I applied for, and that I really wanted. I finally worked my way up, and I was given this opportunity, and I'm madly in love. I've been doing back office stuff much most of the year, and my stats are through the roof. I'm still going to have to call customers back. My company has a voicemail where customers can request a call back, but there are only a handful of those each day, and I do back office work before and after working callbacks. It doesn't come with a pay increase, but I'm totally fine with that. I'm so lucky. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.